Can emergency food replace expensive specialty backpacker foods? A simple yes-no question with an answer that is anything but simple. I'm doing something a little different with this week's video. I'll discuss the advantages and disadvantages and the situations where it could work, and in a longer video that's linked in the description, I'll go into it in more depth. That way, if you look at the pros and cons and say, that's not for me, then I haven't wasted your time with details you don't care about. If you decide it might be right for you, you may be interested in the longer video. In the first video in this series, I compared 30 trail foods on calorie density and cost. I randomly selected 8 products, 2 each from the major suppliers of backpacking specialty food for comparison. They were decent as far as calorie density went, but they were by far the most expensive items per calorie and were cost prohibitive for a typical 4,000 calorie day. They do offer convenience and taste, and it can be a part of the hiker's total diet. There are aspects to the question beyond cost and weight. What type of hiking are you doing? How much time are you okay with for preparing meals? How much planning are you willing to do? And then there's this subjective matter. Do you even like the food? I can't answer this last question for you, but I can give you information on the others. I chose a supplier that I stumbled on at random, Augustin Farms in Salt Lake City, Utah. Now, I have no business relationship with them other than the one where I sent them money and they sent me the product I ordered. I bought their breakfast and dinner kit. You can see it here. Not because you'd specifically order it for the trail, but because it gave me a variety of foods to try out. 15 different items at a reasonable cost for testing, and breakfast and dinner are 2 of the meals I'm likely to cook on the trail. I'm not commenting on nutritional or dietary value beyond calories. We all have different preferences and dietary needs. You'll have to consider things like macronutrient portions and sodium as they pertain to you. Here's how this kit measures up for the 3 statistics I gave in the previous video. 22,880 total calories and 6.09 kilograms for about $75, which was a sale price. That comes out to 3,757 calories per kilogram, reasonably close to my target of 4,000 calories. This is 307 calories per dollar, about $13 for those 4,000 calories, $20 when not on sale. That's far better than the specialty foods, which range from $63 to $137 for that many calories. Since these are breakfast and dinners, if I did bring this as my food supply, I'd be supplementing it with trail mix, trail bars, and peanut butter during the day, and the average would likely be very close to that 4,000 calories. That's not the end of the story, though. If you build your own kit from Augustin Farms offerings at current prices, it could be under $7 for 4,000 calories. Here's what we're up against, though. Those foods are made to be cooked. Backpackers usually rehydrate food, and that can work out, but it takes more time than the cooking instructions suggest. That means either a longer wait to get your meal, or using up more fuel to cook and get your meal faster. The packages in the kit came exactly as advertised. 15 items, usually 8 servings, 1 package per item. For example, you get 8 servings of macaroni and cheese in this package. A serving is not a meal, however. I divided those 8 servings into 3 hiker servings because each third of the package is about 700 calories, in line with specialty meals. The specialty meals are made for rehydrating and are usually done in 8 to 15 minutes. The Augustin Farms macaroni and cheese, when rehydrated with boiled water in a stainless steel mug, took about 20 to 25 minutes. I get into heat retention considerations in a more detailed video. For now, just accept that you'll need something like this 14-ounce stainless steel mug. A Tervis mug, like this one here, can't handle it. Now, I advise against figuring this out on the trail. That's not the place to discover that you can't properly cook the food you've brought. It comes down to this. At what point does the cost savings outweigh the extra preparation, work, equipment, and experimentation you need to use this food successfully? A viewer noted on my earlier video that they're only going on 3-day hikes. They just buy the specialty meals, and I don't blame them. For shorter hikes, that's what I do. The advantage comes when you're considering longer hikes, such as over several weeks, or maybe for larger groups if you're day hiking from a campground and can cook it properly. The cost advantage of the emergency food really adds up over time. My longest hike ever, for example, was 41 days. For that hike, $7 a day for 4,000 calories is $287. I couldn't even consider getting all those calories from the specialty foods. The average cost of 4,000 calories by that route is about $90. That's almost $3,700 for the trip. On a full through hike of the Appalachian Trail, maybe 25 weeks, that's $15,000. You obviously wouldn't get all your calories that way, but with the emergency foods, you could get 75% of your calories for about $5.25 a day and supplement with either trail bars, trail mix, whatever your preference may be for the other calories. Your food for a through hike could be under $1,500. You just need to do some upfront work to ensure you know what works and what doesn't. For example, this food kit has pancakes as one item. You can't rehydrate pancakes, you have to cook them. That requires you bring something like a mess kit. More likely, you won't even buy the pancake mix. You'd have to send your food to resupply points because you can't get these items commercially along the way. Is it worth it? Only you can answer that. For me, a hike of a week or longer may be enough to say yes. Other viewers may be shaking their heads and saying, that's too much trouble. And I understand that. If this hasn't been enough to scare you off going this route, the video linked in the description provides more information. If you appreciate this content, please like, share, subscribe, and comment on this or other topics you'd like me to cover. And if you haven't seen this video, please take a look at it now. Thanks for watching.